welcome everybody to the Kayfabe Chill podcast. And I'll be honest, when I look around this room, I see a bunch of pitches because this episode we're going to be pitching you the pay-per-views for our wrestling brand that we created and that we drafted last week's episode. So please go ahead and check that one out first. Well, go ahead and just watch this one without any context and then go back and be like, oh wow, that's like the prequel to this requel that we got going on. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go right into it and discuss our brands and our pay-per-views that we've created. Let the people know your brand, your pay-per-view, and just give us an overall first pitch.
So my pitch is to be called The Underground. You all know the name already. So it took me a while. I was going back and forth of what I wanted to go with my brand. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I couldn't incorporate matches in my roster. It took a long time to think about it. As y'all can tell with the trades and drops, it's going to be a little more story-based. And my first pay-per-view is going to be called Underground Rebirth. To fresh start, new storylines. It creates ideas and philosophies to incorporate somebody's soul, pulling apart from this direction and this direction. Chaos, control, family elements in there. And pretty much it's going to be a little less hardcore as though I want it to be. While the matches will be incorporated still, it's going to be a little bit more upstart punk rock, I guess, pay-per-view or brand, which I've been wanting. And I think I found a good mediator from it. And I guess I go off with my first match, right?
No, we're just gonna go one round of just pitching our pay-per-views and stuff. And I did want to mention, because you did mention it, I have the rosters up here, much different than what we drafted. You are probably the most radical of all your trades. Like the very first move you made was cutting your first round pick, Drew McIntyre, which is a very brave move. Just go into a little bit of like your. Because I got to put on my Shams hat, and break a lot of news because there's a lot of movement, which I don't know, I'll have some sort of graphic or summary here. So yeah, you guys had, I think, the blockbuster trade of the season.
It's all about money. It's all about trade. It's all about business, as we can see right here.
We'll get to a trade. We'll get to that trade in a second. But
I want to go back to that question you asked about me, why I dropped my picks, my number one pick in the first place. When I picked Drew originally, I had an idea in mind of what I wanted my brand to be. But the more I thought about it, and I was like, damn, I need a story. I need a good story that's driven into this pay-per-view to get people captivated and watching. So I was like, I don't want no flips and dips and super kicks 500 times a show. So it was like, fortunately, as much as I don't want to drop Drew. I thought Drew was perfect for the brand I wanted. I felt like he didn't fit storyline-wise. And I mixed and matched, and I finally created a story. So I dropped Drew as the first pick and picked up Aleister Black, who I think fits my story a little bit more than Drew does. And then with Brooke Havoc, I'm a big fan of Brooke. I like her style. I think she fits that punk rock aesthetic. And with Rhea Ripley, it's Rhea Ripley. And no, that was a fun trade to do with Matt. Matt texted me on the slide. He said, "Hey, he's like, who's on your roster?" And I was like, here's everyone I got. And we talked about it, and he was like, a burrito? I was so confused at what he said first. And I was like, what do you mean a burrito? I was like, Taco Bell burrito is a no, Chipotle burrito. I was like, oh, fuck yeah, I can send that, easy. And he was like, who do you want? He's like, Tiffy. I was like, all right, bet. Tiffy
yeah, his flips and tricks might not work for his brand, but we're benefiting over here.
And he is that sour cream on burrito?
Ooh, he got the extra guac too. Got a side of that avocado ranch.
Well, I didn't know how much Chipotle was either, so I thought like a full 15. I was like, I don't know how much this is.
Side of chips too. Just slip that in there.
We'll get to another trade that was made that I have here.
Yeah, so we'll come back around to Matt, but it does involve you, so we'll get to that. Ray with the LWF, Legacy Wrestling Federation, sold his soul a little bit, I'd say. His soul was on the line because he really wanted Dominic McIntyre, I was going to say. Dominic Mysterio. However, Matt drafted him from the Judgment Day as a bundle. And he was, as you'll see, I'll edit in here, very, very angry about it. And actually threatened my life, my family's life.
Oh my God. Tony,
calm down. I know, calm down now.
In danger for the first time in my life. And So we said, okay, all right, if you can work out a trade with Matt, it was like right up to the deadline where we were like, all right, no more trades, no more movement. And Ray made a move. Ray made a trade, and we let it happen with a penalty. But first, before we get to the penalty, let's get into the trade. It was uh another burrito, which is though I think that is
No,
that
no,
the
no, no,
one
no, no, no.
oh sorry, you guys tell me the trade then.
So I gave Ray Dom, and in return, I get someone as equal as popular as Brock Lesnar, and then Ray got his penalty. And we talk about how Dom was drafted in the bundles. That's not the only thing that comes in a bundle. You see this here? You see this?
Oh,
You see this spread? You see this?
hey yo, that Loki looks good though. Hey,
Ray,
send it over.
so my only question, Ray, is when we went to CNA, you could have paid for the popcorn and not have me pay for it.
Hey, I got you covered next time.
No, you don't.
Yo,
I'm getting you the free tickets.
Hey, I'll get food for us for AW. I got you.
All right,
this
all
is
right.
the best podcast in the world. That's great. And also one of the penalties that Ray had to buy into just because it was breaking a rule was that we, Ephraim, Matt, myself, got to choose a wrestler, a mystery wrestler that would hop on the plane, show up on LWF ground, and would have to be booked on his pay-per-view, which I believe he has. And we'll reveal that as on your pay-per-view. Let us know
Yeah.
which one of these is the mystery wrestler. But yeah, Ray, since we're on you right now, go ahead and pitch LWF and your pay-per-view.
Well, I don't think you're on me,
Since we're on
but
top of you, riding you off
hey,
into the sun.
time out.
Wild.
No, so the LWF Legacy Wrestling Federation, sorry, my phone turned off. It's all about kind of like a lucha libre style, kind of fast paced, high, jumps, also very acrobatic in that nature. I
Flippy
got
dippy stuff.
Yeah, and I feel like I really enjoy that stuff. I think that's what kind of stands out, and that's why I was like, you know what? Let me see if I could get a lot of superstars that fit that. Mine is more match based than it is storyline wise. I try to fit some stories that I can or little things like that. But also just kind of the culture, cero medio. Or oh, I said
Do
it
you have
wrong.
Penta?
I do have Penta.
Okay, okay.
But yeah, like, for the culture, and just, high octane flying luchadors.
Let's circle back to Matt and Bell to Bell Wrestling. Tell us about tell us about your company. I barely call it a brand because
A brand?
I barely call it a brand. It's a corporation because let me show y'all what I got here. What was sent to me.
Wait, he's still getting the burrito or the crumble cookie?
This is what this man sends to me.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It looks like the mat. It looks like the mat at SummerSlam.
This is the Matt. This is Matt's Matt. Um, so tell us about Hell's Bells.
I like how Peacemaker's there. Copyright infringement.
No, I'm sorry, the burrito a little spicy. I gotta drink a little something real quick.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The
All right. Now, what we do with my brand is that before we snap right into things.
Oh my God.
I don't think this episode is gonna be able to air.
He's getting a cheap.
For
No,
the
just
clip,
see,
I
we
gotta
got
put
sponsors.
hashtag ad.
We got sponsors. My wrestlers, they have their own sponsors. We have Cody Rhodes bringing American Weekly Vodka. We have Randy Orton bringing in Fireball. Logan Paul bringing in Prime. Bray Wyatt bringing in Halloween Horror Nights. Peacemaker John Cena. Great TV show right now. Along with who else I got on there on the board. I'm forgetting somebody. Oh, Jey Uso and LA Knight bringing in Slim Jim as the brand.
So are these all like how WWE has like, oh, here's the Clash Royale match? Is these are all like step into a Slim Jim match, the Halloween Horror Nights match, the Peacemaker match? Are these all
You see, when we get
sponsored
into
matches?
when I discuss the first match, which I sent you, there's
Yes.
about a couple wrestlers involved.
Yeah, there
And we'll-
is. So
Which we're gonna dig into that.
yes, and as I mentioned, we're gonna go ahead and pitch you every single one of these matches, every single one of these storylines, these segments. We're gonna get into the pay-per-view. So that is Bell to Bell, which by the way, did not get into at all like the brand as a whole, just like the sponsorships with which I fucking love. Very on character, very on brand. So that's Bell to Bell. And with me, it's Saga Wrestling. Meant to be sort of like elevating the wrestling storylines, not necessarily changing the shit up, but just sort of treating it serious and giving it a different sort of canvas to play with in terms of like the main overarching thing is these houses that each represent a philosophy of wrestling. You have the House of Honor, which is the pure sport, the technique, the Okadas, the Gunthers, and then you have Glory, which is, you know, your showstopper, Mr. HBK, Roman Reigns, Mercedes Moné. You have the House of Fury, which is all about the flippy dippy stuff. And then House of Anarchy, which is all about rebellion, breaking the mold, punk rock, all that stuff. And not to say that the houses are all divided and all are happy, you know, to work with each other. There will be politics, betrayal, conflict within each house, which I think will be great for business. You know, you got everyone loves telling, oh, what house of Harry Potter house are you in? Oh, what element are you in Avatar? Okay, let's talk about what house of Saga Wrestling you are. So yeah, that's sort of the main pitch for the storyline is Game of Thrones, Avatar: The Last Airbender type storytelling with this like sort of New Japan Pro Wrestling in-ring product. Like people are going to be going
Now,
fast, but
does your
also
wrestling brand
selling.
are sponsored by Avatar: The Last Airbender and Game of Thrones?
We are we are sponsored. We are on Paramount Plus, and also we are streaming for free on YouTube because we're for the people. So we're really for the art, for art's sake, as pretentious as that's going to be.
What's y'all's wrestlers 401k looking like? What's y'all's wrestlers payroll? You guys got benefits?
Bill Gates is sponsoring mine, so I'm good.
Because I pay out of pocket for my wrestlers.
Oh, is it my turn? Do I gotta say?
Yeah, how are you getting money? Also, what streaming service are y'all on?
I'm on
Mine's
Netflix.
I'm on Tubi.
Peacock.
But yeah, let's get into the matches. Let's get into the pitches. And how it's going to work is we're going to go in rounds. Um, we will have 4 minutes for each round. We're going to pitch each match or each segment, depending on what it is we have lined up. And starting off, we'll go with the Underground.
I figured I was gonna go first. Okay. So my opening match again, Underground Rebirth. I have a 30-minute time limit draw death match between Ilya and Mello. So pretty much the match starts off with both gentlemen wrestling at the point. Both of them not able to finish off their match. And at the end of the match, we have Mr. Johnny Wrestling pointing at the end or on top of the rampway, pointing saying, since you guys are the newbies of this promotion, y'all want to come into here. Pretty much I have Mello and then an entire draw. Johnny Gargano comes out. He's saying, I'm Johnny Wrestling. You know who I am. I'm here to make sure this new generation of wrestlers understand what it's like to be the wrestling god and be who I am. He goes, Mel, you might have the finesse of the ring. Ilya, you might have the heart of a mad dragon and the fire of it. But I'm Johnny Wrestling, and next week, in the next couple weeks, I'm going to show you guys how to lace my boots of being a wrestler. And pretty much that's my opening match of Mello versus Ilya.
Question, Cisco, how much power do I have as an organization?
You have no power over any of the other organizations, but you have complete power over yours, and you could do it.
So I can't copyright. I can't copyright the term wrestling.
No, that's like LeBron trying to copyright Taco Tuesday. Now we get into, I believe it was Ray. Let us know, what is your opening match? By the way, I forget if you mentioned, but your pay-per-view name is Fury of the Sky.
Yes. So starting off for my match, my opener is going to be Penta and Ray Phoenix, aka the Lucha Bros, taking on Fraxium. They're going to be fighting for a new championship belt that I made called the Featherhead Serpent Tag Team title. Of course, put the picture there or whatever.
That's a lot to put on. That's a long title to put on a belt.
This match, you know, these two teams or really all these wrestlers, Fraxium up and coming, especially in the tag team. They showed what they can do down in NXT, SmackDown even. Penta and Ray Phoenix, we've seen what they've done as the Lucha Bros, AEW, maybe even Lucha Underground. I think it's a great way to kind of test, the speed, the agility of these wrestlers right here, especially Nathan Frazier, even Axiom, Ray Phoenix, Animal, doing his thing that could match up with Nathan Frazier just in terms of the speed. And then you have Penta there as the heavy hitter.
And then we go into bell to bell.
We open up with an 8-man ladder match for the belt to belt tag team championships. I'm forgetting right now the top. I have the Usos, Edge and Christian, Logan and Drew McIntyre, and Cody and Randy Orton. We're gonna have the Slim Jim table, the Fireball ladder, but it's supposed to just open up hot, keep the crowd hot. It's supposed to be an exciting, just banger matches and chaos. And the winners of the round or of the match are actually going to be Edge and Christian, reliving their glory days.
Can I add one more thing because I forgot to mention for my pay-per-view or
Nope, time's cut up, Ray. You can't.
Okay.
No, just joking.
I forgot to mention because I was looking at my notes. Mine's a tornado tag team match. So
Beautiful. Boom. And there you go. I like to imagine Matt's pay-per-view started with just a 20-minute ad read for like all this Blue Chew, SeatGeek, VPN,
all
all
the
of it.
fans, all the
Yeah.
fans watching, like, fuck, here we go again.
It's like it's like how NBA games, they never start on time. They always start like
Oh,
15 minutes
God.
later.
Yeah.
But in this
Edge
case,
and
it's for a
Christian, they
reason.
win by the Fireball ladder, and the Usos get slammed through the Slim Jim tables, a tower of them.
A tower of the Slim Jims. I like it. I like it. There you go. So that is Hell's Bells, and now we go into, I forgot to mention my pay-per-view name is Ragnarok. Mainly just because it sets a stage, and also my litmus test for pay-per-view names is I fake a promo and I'm like, I'll see you at, and then I insert pay-per-view name, and Ragnarok just feels right. Palooza. Man, Cody tried, man. I'll give him that. Cody really tried to freak it. So, anyways, my opening match, I have a title for each match. The opening match is going to be called Light the Fire between CM Punk and Swerve Strickland. So in the lead up, first couple promos, first couple episodes, CM Punk, he's chosen as a member of the House of Anarchy. It's kind of like a Hogwarts system. You have the houses that sort you in or whatever, something to that effect. So he's in the House of Anarchy, but he is kind of a shell of the man he used to be, at least perception wise. He's mainly featured in vignettes, ads for Saga Wrestling, and also for his institution he's building that's encouraging kids to pursue art, pursue wrestling, music, comic book writing, et cetera, et cetera. So he's kind of outside of wrestling at this point. But when Swerve attacks Shawn Michaels from behind, kind of a low blow move, Punk intervenes because he's one of his heroes. He's always been a Brett guy, but I fuck with Shawn. But Swerve goes ahead, beats his ass, mocks him for how far he's fallen, and then in the lead follow-up, they go against each other in a promo battle. Swerve pitches himself. He's like, look, I'm hip hop and you're punk rock. What do those two things have in common is that we both hate the man. We both hate the system. And but the difference is that hip hop is what's going on right now. Punk, we all love punk, but it's just like you, man. You're an archaic concept. You're a thing of the past. And he talks about the system, all these houses. What's the only house that matters? It's Swerve's house. He goes, "You're really gonna make fun of me of taking care of kids, of inspiring kids." Swerve goes, "Fuck them kids. Yeah, they're not gonna save you when it's match time." Right. And then he ends up the promo off. Man, I'm not even going to call you Punk anymore. You're CM, comfortable with mediocrity. That books it for Ragnarok. And in the lead up, Punk is wrestling jobbers left and right. He's getting his win back up. But in the go home show, Swerve opens with a spotlight on him, sitting with a baby carriage in it. He's going off about on Punk, saying, "Oh, you're this, you're that," and then he reveals what's in the baby carriage, and it's Larry, CM Punk's dog.
I was like, when's Larry gonna be kidnapped? He has to be kidnapped in some part
Yeah,
of this.
yeah. So Larry comes, he looks absolutely like, adorably ugly, and Swerve mentions it. He's like, Punk, come and get your ugly dog, man. Come and get your ugly ass dog.
Come get your ugly bitch.
Mm. And Punk and AJ Lee come on out. And AJ Lee is not like holding him back. She's with him. She's with him. She's ride or die. Punk even hits some of the security guards. And then as he swishes over the carriage, Swerve ambushes Punk, traps him in a submission, sets up for a swerve stomp off the top rope. But then AJ dives in, takes the stomp for herself, and Punk just looks to his side and sees a laid out AJ Lee. And Swerve is remorseful, but mocks Punk, saying, "Look what you made me do, man. Look what you made me do." And so we go to Ragnarok, and it is Swerve comes in to This Fire Burns just to try to, provoke him a little bit, and also just because we want that pop. And also it is the opening match because who doesn't want to open with Colt's personality? Swerve dominates with athleticism. Punk at one point is about to get hit with a house call, but then he collapses under exhaustion, just dodging the house call accidentally, rolls under the ring, and a kid is right next to him, hyping him up. Swerve is saying, "Hey, those kids aren't going to save you, man. Like I said, those kids aren't going to save you." So Punk rally, he gets up, he accepts his fate. He finds a way to rally, hits 3 consecutive GTSs, and motherfucker, he's kicking out at one. Swerve is kicking out at one. He's really him. The crowd really thinks Punk might rally. However, I'm having Swerve go over on this one. But Swerve is saying at the end of the match, "I'll see you soon, Punk." He earns back the Punk name. And yeah, so it leads to a death match at what I'm calling his Genesis. Yes, Swerve is going to carry. However, Punk is going to defeat him. And this does eventually evolve into this lone cowboy faction between CM Punk, Swerve, and the Hardy Boys, who are also part of Swerve's little group. They don't operate under the laws of this brand. So yeah, there you go.
I was waiting for Larry to come and intervene in the match and like bite Swerve or something.
Larry is the special guest referee. Yes.
I like to make a
1, 2,
statement that
3.
PETA also took interviewing on that episode.
Yes.
Through calls,
P-
emails.
That's why. See, I wanted to go a little different angle, so I had to compromise. Peter called, and then we were like, "All right, fine. We'll shift some things around. Let's just say that Larry was going through a table at one point. We go back to the underground.
Cool. My next match, we start off with the open segment of Fatal Influence with Jasmine Nix, JC Jane, and Van Henley talking on an interview while Shotzi Blackheart comes into the view and says, you guys are considered the mean girls of this division, of this brand. We understand that we're tired of seeing y'all run around, run amok, and make fun of all the other divas saying that they're not better than you. But I know someone that's willing and able to fight against y'all with me. And Brooke Havoc comes into it. Brooke Havoc punches JC Jane and says, "How about we have a match? Fallon, a 3-on-2 match." And, of course, they agree to it. And we have Fatal Influence, the Mean Girls versus the Young Starts. And both women starts off, Fallon Henley, Jasmine Nix, JC Jane. They take the fight to the Young Bucks. They take the Young Bucks to the limit. The Young Bucks meaning Shotzi and Brooke. And with last second ditch, Jasmine Nix goes for a knockout punch. It's JC Jane, knocks out Fallon Henley off the apron into the ground on Fallon Henley. While Brooke Havoc takes the pin, rolls Jasmine Nix up, and have Brooke Havoc and Shotzi win. At the end of the match, we have Fallon Henley and JC Jane come back from the apron after the match is over, take out Shotzi and Brooke Havoc, steel chair shot with a chair shot to the chill. Blah blah blah. Let me slow down. Steel chair shot to the head of Brooke and Shotzi, taking them both out. And then at the end of the match, as Fatal Influence is standing tall, you have JC Jane and Fallon Henley take a turn and kick out Jasmine Nix by attacking her and pretty much doing a steel chair shot. Was it head to toe? I forget what it's called. What did Edge and Christian do to Jasmine Nix, kicking her out of the group. And as before they leave, they make a statement saying that someone a little more experienced is coming to their group, someone that knows their way around the ring and can go pretty much toe to toe with anybody. Just in the incoming weeks, a third member is coming, and that ends my tag match.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I love the antics. So now we go over to the LWF. What you got for
So
us?
So yes, so the next match that I have is Javon Evans versus Leon Slater. These superstars have always been compared to each other just based on their athleticism, how they perform, things like that. They start off as friends, like, hey man, I got you, I got you. But slowly but surely, things start coming, winding down as they're trying to be that next up and coming star, the face of this whole company. And so, what starts off as a friendly tag team against Fraxium turns with Javon Evans turning heel on Leon Slater. I made this decision as I saw him when he was Jay Malachi at the Indies, and I said, you know what? He is a good heel to have against Leon Slater. This match is gonna be one of those, just a regular match. However, winner takes on the winner for my next match, which is a championship opportunity. So that's all I have right now.
I dig it. Beautiful. Leon takes Javon to the barbershop. Um, then we get to bell to bell.
Mine's just a championship match with Seth Rollins as the champion. The Bellator champion against AJ Styles. AJ Styles won his place from competing in a tournament against my entire roster. And so this match is just all about respect. It's the second match, so it's just a who knows better ball match. Just to put on a banger. Just to come down from the crowd of the insane 8-man ladder match with AJ Styles going over Seth Rollins.
I also actually have a bit of a palate cleanser. What I'm branding is a car crash match, but basically it's TLC. And it is
You had your
between
second.
yeah. So just to kind of come down off of the story stuff, that's always going to be the pattern is story stuff and then something fun, something light. I have the Hardy Boys versus the Death Riders, which is in this one going to be Wheeler and Claudio. And then you have the New Day, Xavier and Kofi, and the El Grande Americanos, whose identities I will leave anonymous for now.
Which El Grande is the tag team? Is it Tall Grande? Is it the first Grande? Is it the new two Grandes?
We're gonna say so they all get involved at a certain point, but the two that are legal in the match are gonna be the two shorter ones that have just recently popped up on Raw recently. Because I think those guys, if those guys who are who I think they are, I think they're hoopers, absolute hoopers. So I'm gonna go with those two.
I'm assuming Grayson gets involved too.
I don't have him written because he's kind of an afterthought, as you guys may have seen from the draft. I was kind of like, oh, okay, I guess I get Grayson too. So he gets written in on a later pay-per-view. I feel like this match has a perfect amount of chaos, of real wrestling and comedy, like in the build-up. I want the New Day to be like on up, up, down, down, and like running this match, like simming it on WWE 2K, and they're constantly losing to the other teams. They're trying to like their main thing is like, damn, are we unk now? Are we washed? Are we at the unction? And they're constantly running sims and they're always losing. And yeah, like I said, this is a car crash match for a reason. You got swanton dives off stacked cars. We're bringing in props of cars stacked on top of each other. Xavier Woods leg drop onto Matt Hardy through a stage, and all of a sudden, like all the Americanos and all the Death Riders come in. Which, by the way, Hardy Boys coming in. They don't have a faction, but the Death Riders are from House of Anarchy. The New Day is the House of Glory, and we got the Americanos, the House of Honor. And yeah, we're setting up that clash between the House of Chaos, House of Anarchy, and the House of Honor, between the Americanos and the Death Riders. So yeah, while those two factions are fighting, I'm gonna pull a bit from this most recent, what was it, SummerSlam? The bit where Ray Phoenix leapt on top of Andrade's shoulders and snagged the title, was trying to snag the titles. I want Kofi doing that on Xavier Woods' shoulders. They snag the titles. The crowd is going crazy. They're celebrating. They beat the odds. That's like their big thing is we beat the odds. We beat the odds is set by 2K. They celebrate. They even set up the ladders that they didn't climb in the middle of the ring for the photo op, the legendary photo op of them both holding the Gemini titles. And yeah, again, setting up the New Day. I want to fix them. I want to give them fun bits that are also, but also give them the babyface vibe. Just because what they're doing in real life hasn't been working. And also you just have the House of Anarchy, House of Honor going at each other, and also just absolute hoopers all in the ring. And the tonal clashes I think are my favorite part about this. It's like having Batman's villains in Metropolis as, I don't know, Condiment King, Condiment Man is coming in. Like, I just feel like it'll be a fun time for everyone just to kind of reset before we get into some of the more uh, uh, emotional matches coming up. So that's me. And that's the car
One
crash
thing I forgot.
match.
One thing I forgot to mention is that the my car crash match in the beginning, I had the. I stated that I
Oh,
had
I
the
had
Slim.
car crash match copyrighted, so you're gonna have to pay a fork over a couple thousand if you're using car crash match.
That my ladder match had the sponsors of the Slim Jim table, the Fireball ladder. We
Oh,
have
okay.
Prime. Would you like to guess on who makes an interference in the match? Who's in the Prime bottle for Logan Paul
K-
and Drew McIntyre?
KSI.
Jake?
Speed. I show speed.
Mr. Beast.
Oh,
So now we go back to the underground. What is next on your card?
Yeah. So next I have a next segment. It's not really a segment, but Tommaso Ciampa comes storming down to the ring. He's saying that at DIY, they are the indie group. They understand what it's like to be the best wrestlers in this promotion, coming from every part of the world. Johnny Wrestling being Johnny Wrestling, Candice LeRae being Candice LeRae, and then Tommaso Ciampa being Tommaso Ciampa. He's done great things, and that he deserves to have a match on this pay per view. It's his right to have it. And as soon as he says that, Matt Cardona's music hits as the real Texas Deathmatch King comes out, the real indie god comes out. He says pretty much, I'm tired of you and your group thinking you guys are representing indie wrestling because you're not. I'm the indie god. I'm Matt Cardona. I'm the guy that does anything I want. I could do whatever I want. I make this business. I'm the needle mover. And since you want to fight so bad, how about we have a Texas death match right now? Champa versus Cardona. And we do have it while Cardona and pretty much both of them set each other through tables on fire, barbed wire tables as well, a big suplex. Are so right now, I pretty much in between that, we have Mr. Johnny Wrestling gets interfered in the match, helping Tommaso Ciampa get the victory over Zack Ryder or Matt Cardona. I'm so sorry. Got confused a little bit from NXT last night. But yeah, we have him screwing over Matt Cardona, saying that once you mention our name, my wife's name, you can talk to all of us. And pretty much we have Tommaso getting the victory over Mr. Matt Cardona himself in the Texas Death Match.
Hell yeah. Which, by the way, congrats to Matt Cardona. You lived your boyhood dream. Now you're back, back associated with the WWE, which, as Kevin Owens
Sucks.
has alluded to, is something that he has been actively shooting for the last couple years. So good for you, Cardona. We'd love to see it.
I was thinking to a match that last time I could have picked KO, but I was like, damn, KO versus Cardona in the Texas Death Match would have been pretty sick to have.
Let's have him debut. Like he showed all of a sudden KO's music hits free. Mm. So now we get to LWF. What else? What's next on your card?
so this match right here is called a Crown of the Sky. What this is my undisputed title match. Big fighters here. Starting off, it's gonna be Bandido versus Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay is gonna be the heel. Will comes into this, brand saying, you know what? I could do everything and better than all those
Do,
people in
do
the
the
locker
British
room.
accent. Do the British accent.
Hey,
Come on,
bro.
bro.
Will's basically saying, I'm the best in-ring performer of this company. Bandito comes out. He's more over with the fans, and he's like, no, like, bro, there's a lot of people that could lace up, be up to par with you, and so on. They have a history. They follow each other's in the indies, even in AEW. I actually just saw that they, even had a five-star match in 2019 in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So the history is there between these two. Will Ospreay always seems to get the upper hand. So in this case, they're going to be fighting in that, Crown of the Sky The belt's gonna be called. Oh, excuse me. The belt is called Crown of the Sky. The match is gonna be a Sky's the Limit. So it's gonna be a mix of a ladder and a TLC match. Basically, whoever wins between this goes on to face the winner of the previous match, which was Javon Evans taking on Leon Slater.
Very cool. Also, the creativity points on the branding is very very much appreciated.
Got you, got you.
And
Mine,
now,
mine will be all unrevealed later. Just
and
saying.
now we go to bell.
My
What company are you propping up on this one?
Crumble cookie.
No, not this one. This one's just a special guest referee match with Becky Lynch as the ref against the tag team champions of Frenemies, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair against a new tag team. They're more of so divas, not actual divas, but like their whole personality is. We got team It's Laytime with Chelsea Green and Tiffany Stratton. But ultimately, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair just end up taking the win. They're more experienced. They have more chemistry, but balancing each other out. They got the whole frenemies gimmick, but they know when it comes to business. But we gonna have it as in the match. Tiffany and Chelsea, they're more at each other's throats.
Beautiful. And now we go to my match, which is this one's titled The Blades of Glory. And this next one is really going to be about what people are willing to sacrifice in order to achieve glory when that's what they're looking for. And it'll be against between Io Sky and Asuka. Um, Io Sky, the Kabuki Warriors are presented as sort of the heart of the House of Fury. They're fun. They do cool stuff. They portray like this sort of sisterhood. That's really great. But when it comes time to select who's going to represent the House of Fury when it comes to the Ragnarok pay-per-view, they start to go back and forth. There's a little bit of tension, and it doesn't help when Mercedes Moné of the House of Glory comes in, who I want to sort of establish as she's like the queen manipulator of this entire show. Is that she's going to stir the pot, kind of praise the Kabuki Warriors for their aura, their charisma, and saying like, "Hey, over here at House of Glory, we know how to present you guys and how to present you guys in a way that you deserve instead of just being EO's backups. Right now it's Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, and you guys are the Blue Notes. It's Smokey Robinson, the Miracles. This starts to build a little bit of tension. At some point, the Kabuki Warriors reveal this more elaborate, regal entrance, a lot more flamboyant. It all comes back to this debate: who's going to represent the Furies at Ragnarok, and they decide on a round robin tournament between the three. We start off Io versus Kyrie, and Io attempts a risky high spot, but it gets Kyrie injured. And this gets everyone mad at each other. Io's mad at Asuka's mad at Io, and Io's very remorseful, realizing that this ambition to be the best is what blinded her. And so Io decides, okay, I'm backing up. By all means, you got it. You're representing House of Furies at Ragnarok. Asuka hugs Io and says, "Look, I don't care about the houses. I care about you, but I care more about glory." She turns on Io, setting up her switch over to the House of Glory, and we come to Io versus Asuka at Ragnarok. And throughout the match, Io is hesitant to use the high spots because, of course, it injured Kyrie, and she doesn't want to injure her sister. Um, and Asuka goes ahead and capitalizes that, punishing her openings using the Asuka lock. However, the finish is Io forcing herself to adapt, showing off her absolute greatness. In terms of she wins with not her moonsault, but with a submission on Asuka's shoulder, the one that actually Kyrie had injured. And so this is a couple things for story wise. It's going to be the first bit of evolution for Io in terms of like we're starting to see someone from the House of Furies, mostly high flying, fast stuff, start to slow down, start to integrate other things and start to be more open-minded. And then we have damn, I keep mispronouncing that. Asuka, giving her more ammo to use in the future. Oh, look at me, you injured my shoulder, same way you injured Kyrie, and it goes to show that you're the villain in this story. So yeah, Io wins, but not without taking her losses. And that's Blades of Glory. Back to The Underground.
So next, I have a women's triple threat street fight, or Falls Count Anywhere match, however you want to say it. Mostly Falls Count Anywheres. My triple threat match consists of Jordan Grace versus Rhea Ripley versus Candice LeRae. Pretty much, it's a hard-hitting affair. Both women, Candice and Rhea and Grace are going toe-to-toe blows, big hits, big finishers, while LeRae is kind of the light on her feet, the high flyer, drop kicks, super kicks, being the spunk of energy that this match needs, while Rhea is also doing the same thing. But Grace is that ultimate powerhouse, taking everyone out and in. Midway through the match, we have Grace that picks up Rhea with her finishing move, has the power bomb, about to finish it, go for the 1-2-3, and as soon as the 1-2-3 hits, music and lights turn off, and we have a character coming. I mean, we have a heel, Lyra Valkyria, coming out, but not as a bird lady anymore, as a crow type character. And we zoom into the camera of her immediately rushing to the ring, attacking Jordan Grace with a steel chair wrapped in barbed wire, pretty much destroying her lower back and her top back, causing Jordan Grace to bleed from the back. And we zoom into Lyra Valkyria's makeup and to see her face, and the makeup is smeared. Looks like she's been crying, doesn't understand what is going through, but you can tell something has changed in her character from saying no longer she is this bird lady that everyone loves, that now she is this crow type character with more of an aggressive side, kind of getting a vengeance of what happened before and her past, in a past character that something broke inside of her, is the best way to put it. And while that is going on, we have Black Mist split in the face of Rhea Ripley because Rhea tries to interfere, stopping Lyra from pretty much taking out Jordan Grace. Black Mist is sprayed into Rhea's face while Countess Rhea gets the roll up 1-2-3, uses the feet to the ropes to win. As she goes up the ramp, she goes in, and we see JC Jane and Fallon Henley look at Mrs. LeRae, seeming that Mrs. LeRae is the next member to join Fatal Influence as the leader and experienced person they needed for the group.
Ooh, that one had a lot of shenanigans, a lot of plot heavy stuff. I like that. Very
That
good.
one was good. That one was
And
good.
also Lyra's being I don't know if you'd say she's a heel, but just more of an edge. Not edge, he's over at B2B, but you know what I mean. I like
I
that.
kind of I kind of want her to be the ultimate the opposite of Jordan Grace. She's more
Yeah.
envy. She's more jealous of this woman that has the strength, the power, the look. She could go with anybody in the ring. While Lyra can go with anybody in the ring, but she doesn't have the size. She doesn't have the muscle. She's just off of who she is. So I think it kind of makes her snap into this, not this bird lady, but into this crow, which how crows kind of like to this, I would say what? No, that's a raven, wouldn't it? That beast or the vulture, I guess, type character where she's just angry of a lot of things that she wants revenge and feels like it's her right to be in this ship with threat while she wasn't. She was looked past on. So
Beautiful
Awesome,
stuff.
awesome.
Now we head over to LWF. What you got for match number 4?
Now this match closes my night one. I have two, nights here. This one closes my night one. This is the battle of legacy, of history. This determines who the real king of Lucha Libre is. It's going to be a triple threat of Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero. Obviously, the history is there, starting with Rey and Eddie going back to ECW, even the whole, custody battle between the two for Dom. This match is gonna go all over the place. Eddie kind of proud of seeing how Dom is, kind of saying like, "All right, you're like me, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna go easy on you. I won't stop at nothing to make sure I am the real king of Lucha Libre." And for me, I'm gonna have Dom winning this match just to push him as that new up and comer. Ray's legacy speaks for itself. Eddie's legacy speaks for itself. Dom slowly building up his legacy. And at the end of it, Dom will be getting a, Lucha Libre mask, which shown here. It's for me, what inspired me was with the Rey Mysterio, his Hall of Fame mask, the way he wore it, that whole bezazzled with diamonds. That is what Dom's going to be taking home to certify himself as the real king of Lucha Libre.
Yeah, I was waiting to see how those three players were going to come into this pay-per-view is Ray, Eddie, and Dom. So go to bell to bell.
My next match is a dog collar match against Liv Morgan and the champion Roxanne Perez.
Sponsored
And
by
so
Petco.
no, Adam and Eve. Uh, it's a blood feud match. And the reason why it's a blood feud match is that while this is Liv Morgan's first return match, but while Liv Morgan was gone, her Dom was signed away at the fault and scheming of Finn Balor and Roxanne Perez. And so this whole feud culminates of Finn Balor and Roxanne are no longer in the Judgment Day. And it's just a whole feud of, oh, you're one of the reasons why Dom is in here. It's been Finn Balor and Roxanne working behind the scenes of trying to take over the Judgment Day. It begins to be a very bloody match with just them whipping each other with the chain. Ultimately, Roxanne gets choked out by Liv with the chain, and Liv's the new champion.
Beautiful. Also, I love how you worked in the trade and kayfabe. Always working. My fourth match is going to be titled The Honor Roll Up. And it's going to be between Kazuchika Okada and Gunther in a best 2 out of 3 falls match. Winner fights in the main event of Ragnarok. Because in the lead up to the very first Ragnarok pay-per-view, you got houses, just like in the House of Fury's storyline. The different houses, they either select their representative or they fight for the opportunity to represent their house and House of Honor. There's some egos going between Okada and Gunther, but from two different
Are these
complete.
houses left wing or right wing?
They range depending on, like, for example, Gunther at one he says like to Omega, to the House of Furies, I don't want your utter woke flippy dippy bullshit. So you can kind of read between the lines there of where he lies politically. So Okada, he's very much a Goku archetype. He's focused on trying to get better every day, self-improvement. Gunther, he's obsessed with proving that he is the best. So that's sort of where very Vegeta and Goku type vibe. So we put them through multiple qualifying matches to try to determine who's a representative. First match, double count out. Second match, it's a 120-minute Iron Man match that ends in a tie. Third match, it's a steel cage match, which Gunther wins. He escapes with the victory through interference by none other than the El Grande Americanos. And the dynamic there, it's kind of like Gunther. First, he dislikes them because of this cheesy pro-America stuff. And then he actually grows to like him. He's like, oh, actually, you can hoop. And so the tall, lankier El Grande Americano, there's just something about that one who I feel like I've met him before. I feel like I know him. I've worked with him before, like a past lives type thing. And Okada comes out the following week. He goes, "Hey, this is a disgraceful win. You really want to take that? You're going to represent the House of Honor with a disgraceful win." So Okada challenges Gunther. 2 out of 3 falls, definitive match to see who is going to represent House of Honor. Gunther agrees, but with one stipulation. First, on the night before Ragnarok, you must face the gauntlet of El Grande Americanos. So faces all, what is it, 4 of them? 4 of them that we know of at the moment. And Okada completes the gauntlet, goes ahead, beats all the El Grandes. So we go fast forward to Ragnarok. Match is tied, 1 pinfall each. Gunther attempts to have the El Grandes interfere. However, they're very much hurt and limping badly from their car crash match. They don't really get to help too much. Okada overcomes every single El Grande Americano, knocks them all out, and rolls up Gunther in a surprise roll up after a little bit of an exchange. And Okada wins, earning the right to represent the House of Honor in the main event. It is a bit similar in terms of similar to the last match in terms of being like an interfaction feud, but it's different because it's not someone transitioning into a different house, but more so how even if you're in the same house, you can have 2 different outlooks on the same philosophy. Oh, you can be an honorable wrestler, but go about it 2 different ways. So that's the sort of the theme, the story that one's telling. So yeah, Gunther Okada seals the deal, stamps his I don't know, what did they stamp? His book, his passport to the main event. We got next. I think it's Underground. Ephraim, what's next on the menu? I think you're muted, brother.
Yeah, you're muted.
Where we at count wise? Matches or segments matches?
You're on round 5.
Round 5. Okay. So I'll probably just I'm gonna count this one as a segment because I have one right here, but I don't want to. I was gonna put it all together, so I'm gonna divide it. So I'm gonna do just a segment for this one. We're gonna do like a little pan to the backstage area of the main event. So like the two wrestlers. So pretty much I have Raven, uh, Raven come in talking to Jacob Fatu as we get to this point of the story where we pretty much get to the main event of Raven versus Hangman, and we have to the points of Raven talking about too, saying yeah, anything is possible. We need this to work, and pretty much what's going to happen. They talk about it. They go over the game plan. They kick the camera guy out, saying, "What are you doing here? Get the hell out of my locker room." As they kick the camera guy out, throw his camera on Jacob Fatu, super kicks him before he closes the door. Then we go to Hangman. It seems like he's on a FaceTime call, calling someone, trying to say this is the only hope. And we see a Shotzi Blackheart and a Brooke Havoc go into the locker room of Hangman, Adam Page, trying to hype him up, saying this is the change you need, Hangman. No matter who you are, this is the cowboy you are. We know you are. So do what you do and break the mold and become someone different. And Hangman says, like, thanks, I pretty much needed that. And we cut to the segment before we get to the main event. And that's the end of it.
Does Jacob say, "I love you, Raven"? Is that a thing? Does he ditch that character?
We hold that later.
That's not his gimmick?
No comment right now.
Okay, word.
Raven was really good at thinking on his feet of just coming up with all this shit right now.
Some of it's there. I already read some of it. It's just me breaking it down word by sentence because, like I said, it was a little different the way I was imagining it in my head when I was writing it.
Yes. So for night 2, it's a evolution kind of PLE. However, there's one person in there that unfortunately screws up the whole idea.
So tell him.
It's not the main event. It's not the main event.
I know. So
Heck no.
tell
you
him.
tell me I can't buy merch. I can't buy food during this.
So this is the opener for night 2.
Yes.
Oh,
Hell yeah. Okay. All right. Let us know. What is who's fighting in this one?
So this is going to be a fatal 4-way. Winner takes on the I have it right here, the Women's World Champion, which is going to be the main event. So the spoiler warning there. The fighters are going to be Fabi Apache taking on Thunder Rosa, taking on Zarya, and unfortunately, Nikita Lyons with her manager
Vince McMahon doing Chesko's face.
That's what's on the Titantron as they enter. It's just a giant Vince McMahon. Just
so for the viewers that don't know, that was the punishment for me trading for Dom, along with getting him the burrito or getting Matt the burrito that you saw in here. It was Nikita Lyons.
I thought it was a crumble cookie.
Or was it? Was it the crumble? Or
it was the. You can go either way. I ended up getting 2 burritos because hypothetically there was something wrong with my burrito, and I told Chipotle, "Hey, yo, there's something wrong." You're like, "Oh, we'll get you a free one."
Okay. Well, there you go. Either I paid for the crumble or the burrito. Of course, starting off with this match, look, you have Fabi Apache, the legend in Lucha Libre, Thunder Rosa, who is a global icon for Lucha Libre right now. Zarya, not with Soruka. She wants to prove herself and be like, I could be that next person. And of course, Nikita Lyons with Vince. Vince comes back. I see him as this.
No chance. No chance now.
Vince, to me, comes back. He reminds me of the personal concierge from TNA in the group, the Elegance brand. But he also kind of sees Nikita Lyons as his next project where he can make her the best superstar in this company.
What does he offer her? What does he offer her to get to those positions, huh?
I don't know.
Who chose you? Say his name.
So, of course, Vince comes back, right? And this match is going on. He's trying to find a way for Nikita to win and, starts getting stuff, instructing her what to do, basically. However, mid-match, we hear
Here
sirens.
comes the money.
No, we hear police sirens. We then see the whole security, policemen, everybody come out. It turns out, Vince not only abuses powers, but is
Abuses women.
confronted. Well, I guess so. He is confronted with an arrest warrant for corporate misconduct, bribing a ref for all the matches Nikita Lyons has had, and takes him out of this match and is forever banned in the LWF. Nikita Lyons taken off guard by this completely, starts trying to go back to the match. Thunder Rosa pins her 1, 2, 3, and now has a title shot.
I'm not gonna lie, Ray wins. If Ray came with this and won, he won.
Ray managed to fight his way out of what we gave him.
Yeah,
I'm giving that shit a stand no.
give him the
No,
win.
that's what we want. We want what Vince would do to the camera. What Vince would do.
It was me, Nikita.
Now we're the stress.
No, 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 no.
Oh God.
Instead of it was me, where you just go Vince to the officer. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Oh, that's great. And also, shout out, we put Ray in a very compromising situation. And look at you, man. Cook something up. Cook something up a little
My second
vicious.
try.
So, but also for the record, Vince gets to come on. He's kind of a rogue character. He just kind of pops in, and he's like the one like bit that isn't kayfabe. He'll just come in and all of a sudden on a shoot promo and just be like, "Ray, you thought you could get me out?"
I was thinking of like another way of like eventually Nikita will come out and distance herself. But I was like, let me see what I could get here first. Let me come up with this, find a way to get Vince the heck out of here because I do not want this guy on my brand.
Vince is gonna have a group on race brand. Nikita Lyons, Lola Vice, just Laguna Squad for Ray.
No, no, we're not doing that. Matt, I think you're next.
Yeah, it's just two big men slapping on each other. It's Brock Lesnar versus Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker goes over.
Is Paul Heyman getting involved?
I should have added him as a special guest referee against Braun, and maybe.
Yo, Paul Heyman in a skimpy little referee outfit.
Those are numbers.
Got to give the people what they want,
Give me
But
what
yeah.
I want.
So this fifth match right here for mine, it kind of writes itself. It's a bit of a soap opera match. It's called Uncle I Roll, and it is between Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid.
I roll because Shawn Michaels is lazy
You,
eye.
you, damn it! Only a real HBK stand so it's HBK, and also it's 2003 HBK and not 90s HBK. Just because I want someone who's gonna work with the stories and with the company and help to put other talent over, and not lose his smile. And then we have him going against MJF. And it's going to be from the basis of Shawn Michaels seeing a lot of himself in MJF, and MJF being kind of a fan, being someone who appreciated 90s HBK. He says that specifically, I preferred your 90s self over what you are now. But Sean takes it on the chin. They're having fun. They're laughing. Again, another thing to add to the name is that he's kind of the Uncle Iroh to MJF's Zuko. Sean, he's never been one to just be pure babyface. He bends the rules himself. And MJF kind of looks at it and he's like, the fuck? Like, you get cheered for the stuff that I get booed for, whether it be, poking eyes or, faking injuries or, taking out the turnbuckle stuff, all that heel stuff and the veteran tricks. Sean does it, but to cheers, MJF is like, come on, man, they hate on me. We move forward. Mercedes Monet, the Palpatine of my whole brand here. She's sort of going to lean into that. By the way, all of these people, they're all in the House of Glory.
Do it.
She's like, do it. Look at the hypocrisy and look at your potential. She's
a Triple H.
She is. Yep. He's like, look, Roman Reigns wasn't like this at your age right now. You could be so much better. So they have a tag team match between the Death Riders from the House of Anarchy and MJF and Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels tags himself in, hits a super kick, tries to go for the pin. However, MJF distracts him. Claudio comes in, hits him with a Euro uppercut, ends up stealing the win. And yeah, that's where the sort of the turn starts to happen. The twist is this person who is able to sort of humanize MJF and make him a little bit likable, because he sees so much of himself in MJF. Well, Maxwell Jacob Freeman ends up turning on him, and sets the deal, sets the match for Ragnarok. MJF actually comes out in 90s HBK gear with like the fake mullet. He takes it off. He's got the round glasses and everything. The match goes back and forth. Sean puts him in the he hits his comeback on him, starts tuning up the band, but MJF, he's licking his wounds, he's screaming, very Anakin Skywalker-esque. He's screaming, "I hate you," as Sean tunes up the band, but Sean stops, starts to show a little bit of remorse. He's like, "Man, I see through this trick, but on the off chance that you're very genuine right now, I feel kind of bad." Because he's dressed up like HBK. So in a way, he's kind of proving that the 90s self was unlovable, that he was this unlikable human being, and affirming that everyone in the backstage area that hated him, well, I hate you too, apparently. But I'm going to give you a little second. And as he starts to second guess himself, MJ flips Sean over, puts him in the salt of the earth submission, and starts cutting a promo on him mid submission. You've grown soft, old man. I'm all the parts of you that used to be a winner. Now you're over here losing. And Sean goes out on his own shield, passes out. MJF. There's a second where he's a little bit like, damn, what the fuck did I just do? But also he's like, man, I just broke the Heartbreak Kid. So yeah, we got MJF kind of taking on the role of being Mercedes. He's like lapdog basically, but also being the head of or one of the heads of the House of Glory. Shawn Michaels is banished. He's excommunicado from the House of Glory. And I will say this does end up somewhere down the road. It ends with a Shawn Michaels and CM Punk tag team, them being kind of outside of any of this house of whatever, whatever. They're kind of the lone cowboys. Um,
Because Sean
and
only accepts the house of the Lord.
there you go. And that House of the Lord plus the straight edge stuff, I think fits perfectly. And also it can hopefully maybe mend the relationship between we have our Punk fan over here and our HBK fan over here. And I just want them to kiss and make up. So that is where I'm going for that. Um, round six. Do you have a round six? This isn't necessarily the main event yet. Did you have one before we get to the main event, Ephraim?
Yeah, so I have a main event and I have something after the main event.
Okay, gotcha. So go ahead if you want to go ahead and
He has the John Cena heel turn after the main event.
do you want to wait until we all pitch our main events and include it all in one go, or how do you want to do it?
Yeah, I'll go last for this one.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll skip you on this round, and then the next round you can pitch it all.
Yeah, I'll pitch it all in one.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So we will go right to the LWF.
Oh, they have. Alrighty. So for this
Great
match, so for this match, I have So Ruka taking on Azumi, otherwise known as AZM. Um, this match is going to be a pure rules match. Do any of you guys know what that is?
I do not.
Is it strictly just based off a regular match? Like
No.
submissions? No, no? Okay. I don't know.
Okay. Well, maybe, but I took inspiration from Ring of Honor. This match happened. It was the first ever in the
Damn, right.
tournament.
When did you get in your bag of digging all this old shit from your car?
I know. He said he just watched. He went to YouTube.
I did. And the match that inspired this was the best in the world taking on AJ Styles.
Oh,
So what Pure Rules match is each wrestler has 3 rope breaks. Once they're done with the rope breaks, if they're getting pinned and they grab the mat or grab the rope, it is legal. They cannot break up the submission, whatever the case may be. So, the reason I chose this is Azumi is going to be the heel in this scenario. She's coming off as a technician. Both Soul and her are young and up and coming stars, but Azumi's more the technician, more professional wrestler, or Soruka's more of the viral moments, the athleticism to kind of, be able to go her way. And so Azumi is like, hey, like you may be athletic, but you're just for viral moments. You're not a real wrestler. You're just viral, and that's it. So this match tests them to their limit, to which Azumi wins a new belt that I created, which is the LWF Women's Champion. So kind of like Cody and Seth right now. Cody Universal, Seth. I think it's heavyweight, right? Heavyweight. In this scenario, it's kind of the same way where Azumi gets the heavyweight world champion and the belt I have right here and show it there. But yeah, that is my co kind of main event.
Beautifully done. Now we go straight on over to bell wrestling.
We got a heel LA Knight versus the John Cena.
Yeah.
You know where you're getting. Good promo battles, but eventually, since Cena put over LA Knight during the whole WWE tag team on Fastlane, give him the hand up, we're going to go ahead and give LA Knight the going over as well. And he's going to be challenging AJ Styles for the championship.
I like to imagine a fine speech. Nah, nah. And then he just keeps going for another 5 minutes on just cutting promo on Cena's quoting, lines from his album and going crazy. Oh, the promo battles alone would just make that whole matchup worth it. Did you mention who's sponsoring this match?
Peacemaker.
The Peacemaker, of course.
James
Of
Gunn's in
course.
the crowd, just sitting, watching.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you call it is there a gun we can include somewhere in this match?
A gun spot. You can say the BMFT.
Cena tried disobeying the rules. James Gunn gives him the Peacemaker helmet.
Oh, no.
The headbutt with the down ref.
Because Gunn notoriously he hates the "you can't see me" stuff. So what if Gunn turns on Cena and hands LA Knight the mask, the helmet, and boom, hits Cena over the head. Just
James
ideas.
Gunn, James Gunn, let us book your wrestling run. You'll love it.
My sixth match leading up to the co-main event, if you will, is going to be titled Nothing Personal. And it's between Tony Storm from the House of Fury versus Mercedes Moné from the House of Glory for the Saga Women's Valkyrie title. I really wanted to tackle the concept of like the money fight, that we see in boxing and UFC, and just kind of explore that. It starts off with Mercedes Moné. She's rocking a very current like rollout for this in terms of like she's going on Instagram lives, making TikToks, flashing her wealth. She's kind of the Floyd Mayweather of this of WWE or not WWE of Saga.
I knew she can read.
That is actually that could be canon. We could throw that in there. She doesn't read at any point in this start, so it is. We can throw that in there, Tony. She cuts very classic cinematic vignettes that show her in, different classic movies, Singing in the Rain, all this stuff. And then they meet up 2 weeks before Ragnarok. Mercedes calls Tony bizarre, fake. Again, says that I'm Floyd Mayweather. Meanwhile, you're fictional. You're Rocky Balboa, modern day honky tonk man.
Oh.
And Tony fires back saying, "You're bullshit. You're bullshit. Every flash of cash, every dance, everything you do is bullshit. You're faker than a pair of tits from Los Angeles. You're just a heartless bitch looking for money and power. It takes one to know one, darling. Trust me. But the difference is that every fight is personal for me. For you, it's just about money. It's nothing personal." So again, that's that contrast between the two characters, personal pride versus what's going to make me the most money. So on the go home show, Mercedes comes out in the ring, defends herself, saying, "Look, you call me bullshit. Are the people that I'm keeping out of the streets and having them work jobs for me? Is that bullshit? Are the bills that I pay for my auntie who's dying, is that bullshit? Is my influence on inner city kids bullshit? Is my family responsibilities is all that?" Because once you wake up, Tony, from La La Land, you'll recognize that money makes the world go round, that money rules everything around us. And she says one last thing. She says, "Tony, it's nothing personal, right? It's easy to make it personal when it's a no holds barred match." So that's where we go. We go to the match at Ragnarok. They go back and forth. Luther, Tony's servant, assistant, her butler, ends up coming up for that high spot that they did at All In. However, when they're about to do the spot, he drops her on her back with a suplex, as Michael Cole mentions, a back suplex. And the spot hurts her, but not physically, but more emotionally. And then Mercedes locks in the bank state in submission, while Tony looks at Luther, absolutely devastated, emotional, and Tony taps out. And it is later revealed that Luther was actually paid off by Mercedes because money's getting tighter, and prices are only rising. So again, we're sort of stripping back the Tony Storm persona from everything that she has, before with the Blake Monroe or Mariah May um feud. It was sort of stripping away her sort of nonchalance about everything, her sort of like everyone loves me type vibe. Now we're stripping away the one bit of security she had. And then last thing I'll say is the trilogy match turns into a psychological ayahuasca trip cinematic match where they each go through their fears. Tony's fear of being uh time passing her by, mortality, her legacy. Meanwhile, Mercedes, her CEO persona starts to crack. She's a little more vulnerable. And yeah, that's that.
Dang, you know who else cracked? Ephraim right now.
Oh, right before the main event.
He couldn't take it.
I was gonna say, have you seen the epigraph battles of history, Chesco, of the directors?
Oh, there he is.
I think I have, yeah, like a
Just
while ago.
reminds me of the whole Michael Bay scene of the directors. I make that dollar, y'all, motherfucking money.
Yeah, like, I'm kind of mad that I missed the ending of that. I took my AirPod out to just scratch my ear, and it fucking hangs up all the time.
Well, I can start it all the way from the beginning if you want. No.
But go for it.
But yeah, Tony turns on Luther, or Luther turns on Tony, and they have they all turn on each other, and it becomes a four-way kiss. AJ Lee, CM Punk, and Seth and Becky style. So yeah, that's the co-main event. That's match number 6. Now we go into the main event of not only this evening, but each of our pay-per-views. So we start off with the Underground.
So, as I said earlier, we have the two wrestlers who are going to be main eventing. It's going to be the Hangman Adam Page and Raven. But over the last couple of weeks of the pay-per-view, leading up to the pay-per-view, we had Raven trying to recruit Hangman Adam Page to his group, saying he does want him. Hangman gives everything he needs. He's the ultimate package. He has the best movesets. He's the youngest heart here. He knows how to get stuff done. And he's the ultimate right-hand man of the roster. What are y'all two talking about?
No. He was
I'm
trying to point
showing
out
you,
the
like,
camera,
yeah.
slowly going to your penis level.
I know, dude. It's this damn thing. There we go.
But no, you're good. You're good, man.
Okay, cool. But yeah. So pretty much we lead up to it, and Ravens had Jacob Fatu by his side for a long time. That's his enforcer. That's anytime that someone gets in the way of Raven, Jacob Fatu takes him out. Where he does say, "Raven, I love you," just like that. And are we still going down here? I don't know why.
As you're pitching, can you like start to go down with your camera as it's tilting down?
Just let me know when it tilts down.
But keep pitching.
Right,
Yeah,
you.
we'll
Yeah,
give you
yeah.
a little hand signal when it's going down.
Okay. But yeah, so pretty much that's the whole thing. So the match for our main event is going to be the battle for Hangman's Soul, which is going to be the title of the main event.
That's hard. That's hard.
So what happens is that if Hangman does lose, he becomes a member of the Ravens Nest.
There you go.
Go all the way down.
Looks like Fred Durst.
The little. But yeah, so if Hangman loses, he becomes part of the Ravens Nest. Jacob Fatu and Raven. Pretty much the match comes out. Right now, Jacob Fatu is banned from ringside at the moment. We have the two wrestlers going back and forth, grapples, lariats, into reversals, all and so forth. Chair shots, table spots, a table. The announce table gets set on fire. We have Hangman doing a 5-star frog splash to the announce table to Raven. But as at one point in the match, we have Raven missing the Hangman hitting the lariat shot. What's it called? The fuck? Why am I forgetting the names now?
Slingshot lariat.
There you go. The slingshot lariat. He hits it on the ref instead because Raven puts the ref in front of the way. And we have Jacob Fatu coming out. Even though he's barred from ringside, he hits the moonsault on Hangman, knocking him out. Has the ref wake up, pulls Raven over him. Jacob takes off as fast as he can. Ref counts 1, 2, 3. Match is over. Hangman is part of the Raven's nest, losing his soul in the process because at the start, Raven wanted to control this roster. And pretty much, as you can tell, at the camera pans really quick to it, but you see Aleister Black standing in the audience looking on, figuring out what's going on, seeing that, the landscape of the underground has changed. But as before the lights go off, we have Killer Cross and Scarlett make their debut, pointing to Raven, Hangman, and Jacob Fatu, saying that we're coming for y'all, and we want destruction. And then, as soon as the surprise entrance is over, we get static on the TV screen as the Wyatt Six pops up, telling Hangman, you might have lost your soul, you might have lost that, but we're a family and we're here waiting for you. And that right now the underground is looking for chaos, liberation, control, and family is the main 4 pillars of our program tonight, folks. And figure out where we go to next. And we ended on that.
Beautifully done. Question in
You
the
just
lead up.
You just see Killer Cross just in the back, like, you see, Raven, I see that bird's nest you're building.
Yeah. So that's what I want.
I like the birdhouse.
That's what I wanted. I want to Killer Cross and Raven to kind of be those two masterminds of what they are to collide for Hangman, and then you have Aleister Black as a liberation and being like, you're free, you can do what you want. You need to be controlled by Raven. And the Wyatts are kind of being like, Hangman, we're your family. Like, you can come and console to us. You can come to us. Like, there's nothing you can't.
You can come to us.
Yeah. Come Tuesday. But yeah, pretty much saying, like, you are accepted no matter how dark you think you are. You can come to us because we're your family.
And also, Hangman is such a strong protagonist that you would actually care about where he ends up going.
Yeah, because I want Hangman to be the central focus of him being not too sure where his loyalties lie. And I think we'll talk more about story-wise next episode, but we'll leave it like that.
For now, we go to LWF.
Yes.
What's your main event looking like?
My main event is the tale of 2 friends who've wrestled each other for the time in other companies to now this moment. We finally get to see who's really victorious. We have Stephanie Vaquer taking on Julia. This match has been written in the stars. It's been told many times. However, this one, it's a little bit more personal.
You're giving your TV time.
That's what I'm here to do. That's what I'm here to do. But yeah, it's one of those matches where it's a little bit more personal. Stephanie has always got the one up on her. And if Julia's right now going to be like, how can I now be able to defeat not only my friend, but my biggest foe, my counterpart to this? I am introducing another title. This is for the Universal, for the women's. This is the Women's World Championship. Again, the design there. It is a little bit custom made. It is gonna, since Stephanie has the belt right now, it's to her liking. It's why it's custom made. Unfortunately for Julia, Stephanie still gets the one up on her, which maybe a character change for Julia. Maybe I'll reveal it next episode. But at the end of it all, as Stephanie is celebrating, we cut to Thunder Rosa's music coming out, and Thunder Rosa points at Stephanie, and that sets up for the next pay-per-view.
We got the Demon versus the Fiend in an exorcism match. And so basically how the story goes, since Finn was a part of Dom leaving, Liv has now made a call to one of her friends who she was tag team champions with for a while, Alexa Bliss, to call in a favor. And that'd be Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt takes this whole thing of like, you've been very trouble in your ways. You got a demon on your back. And so they begin to challenge each other in a demon versus demon match. Whoever loses this match of the exorcism match no longer has their demon. And so how
Oh,
the
so the
exorcism
demon's
match.
really getting buried, huh? No, I'm joking. Who do you got?
uh, uh, I'll tell you that Finn Balor does not go over in the match.
God damn it. But no,
That's actually Bray Wyatt. And that how the extra match is, it's basically a Hell in a Cell with just chains. It's also a pyro match. There's flames around the ring. You can try and pin him, submit him, throw him in a casket for 10 seconds, do anything you can. I debated on making it. I'm also just adding the sponsor. Well, it is going to be sponsored by Halloween Horror Nights, but I was like, huh, would I have like Freddy Krueger's like claws underneath the ring, or like
oh
Jason's
man.
machete?
Yeah, if this was I'm assuming this would be happening in October. That'd be
Get
great. Also,
Freddy
like,
Fazbear's head.
do you know David Dastmalchian's his like show where he interviews people, Grave Conversations? He like interviews people from a casket.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
We can go ahead and throw the brand that they use for it because I know they are actually sponsored by someone who makes caskets. I'm assuming that's another sponsorship opportunity right there. We go on to the main event for Saga Wrestling. The perfect main event to show should feel like unstoppable force meeting an immovable objects, as every one of your guys' main events has. So that's why my main event takes place between all four houses. It is Roman Reigns from the House of Glory versus John Moxley, the House of Anarchy, versus Kenny Omega, the House of Fury, versus Kazuchika Okada from the House of Honor for the Saga Men's Excalibur title. And the name for this match is A Legend in Each Corner. What I love about this build is that there is hatred between some of these guys, or there can be, like I picture Omega being this like super film bro, like very like looks at this as an art form and to a point where it can be a little bit annoying of like, he goes into his craft and all this stuff. Roman can mock that, be like, oh, you're just like some 4-star match merchant. I go into God mode. Like that's what I do. You got I don't know. You can do Okada versus versus Moxley, House of Anarchy, House of Honor. But there's also this dynamic between Roman and Moxley because we know what Roman and Seth are like. They hate each other, but we haven't really seen Roman and Mox post
When does Mox
Tribal
get
Chief
busted open in the match? When he should start bleeding out?
very, very soon, like 5 seconds into the match. Actually, just to prove he's crazy, he just starts beating his shit and well, not his shit, his face, and then starts bleeding out. So, uh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
They have a little bit of fun. It's the Aura Merchant versus the Blood Merchant. They even share some laughs over that one guy hit them both with a chair. And the week before Ragnarok, I do want to just mention this segment where it's like the three gods, like the Tribal Chief, the Death Rider, and the Cleaner, the belt collector, all in one table talking about how this match is sort of a battle for the soul of wrestling. And, Okada is not there yet. He's still, like I mentioned, locked in to Gunther. However, when we fast forward to the match, I wanted to inject stories, but really it's just kind of the four characters that everyone loves going at, well, some people love, some people hate, going at each other, and it's just aura, just an aura off in the entrances. You got Okada and Omega facing off. I just have an image of Roman going for a spear, and then Omega just hitting him with a knee, and just Roman's limp body flying through the air. Like I mentioned, John, just 5 minutes into the match, just beating his face in and getting some blood. He used a barbed wire bat. So you name it. Sets himself on fire. Oh, I want Roman and Moxley double power bombing Okada through the announcing table because like we never really hated each other. It was mainly just Seth that was the problem. Like I'll rock with you for a little bit. However, in the build, we go backtracking a little bit. Mercedes Moné, we come back to her. She's kind of testing Roman. do you have enough to lead the House of Glory? Because he's been kind of second guessing himself a lot lately. He's cemented himself as a Mount Rushmore figure, but he still feels a little empty. He knows that when you reach the mountaintop, people can still betray you. So fast forward into the climax. Mercedes shows up, slides a chair over to Roman, who, because it's allowed in a four-way match, isn't really a big deal. He's just like, yeah, okay, I'll hit Moxley in the back, no problem. However, Moxley feels away. He's like, oh, okay, you're kind of no different. And Seth, like, yeah, it's allowed, but also, okay. Yeah, all for glory, right? And then as Roman hits Mox in the back, we see Mercedes smile and then hit Roman with a backbreaker, turning the House of Glory against Roman. And Omega kind of sees everything going on, looks at Mercedes, just kind of goes like, I don't know. And then tries to go for the pin. However, Okada comes in, they face off, and we get 2 minutes of wrestling greatness. And it's just a scramble full of callbacks to everything, one-winged angel attempts, V triggers, all this stuff. And then eventually Okada takes Omega's head smooth off with a Rainmaker, wins the title, overcoming the odds despite being exhausted from having a fight earlier. Comes out, I want to set him up as the ultimate babyface and as the one to bring honor to the House of Honor. You got Roman transitioning out of the House of Glory, trying to do something a little more honorable, a little more selfless. Um, yeah, it really is just like four of modern wrestling's greatest myths come together, and you can set up storylines for as long as you want. But I've already gone long enough, so that is the main event for the Saga Wrestling.
Jessica,
And
aren't you so happy I dropped Omega for?
very happy. It was just not going to feel the same with Osprey. So, very. I wanted to give a special shout out to Mr. CC for being the beautiful and glowing, radiant champion that he is. Being around you is like being next to the sun. So I appreciate you.
Thank you, thank
Um,
you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that.
uh,
What's that face, Ray? What's that face?
You said, aren't you the champion?
well, I mean, the champion can show love. Champion can show love too.
I'm still a tag team champion. Don't forget that.
Those still exist? Those still exist? I thought we vacated those.
I
Nah,
was
we're still here.
They're warm around my waist right now, Ray. I mean,
Oh, y'all got that Judgment Day,
Look, get over
tag
here,
team
Ephraim.
titles.
Get over here, Ephraim.
I
See,
kissed Matt by
we're
mistake because Matt's picture popped up.
Wait, can you undo that again?
See, the titles haven't been vacated because trust me, and Ephraim been tag teaming. Just maybe not against y'all. Not against y'all. So, with that being said, that is the pitch. That is the Shark Tank of this KNC fantasy draft saga, this chapter. Next week we got into the cell, but not only that, we'll also sort of double back and add in any things that we need for each of our pay-per-views. Also, I think regardless of whose pay-per-views are the best, which by the way, we want you to tell us in the comments below. I think no matter what, I think it's Matt who wins, just based off the fact that he got like 2 burritos, a crumble cookie set, some guac, and fucking like extra sides and shit. So
Even
Matt
in
truly
death,
won.
I'm inevitable.
So yeah, that's gonna do it for us here. A couple quick housekeeping stuff at the end here. We've got a brand new show, Ranting and Raving. Just dropped the first episode this past week, so go ahead and check that out. We go over 5 favorite films from this past year, and also we just know that we have stuff cooking up here at the KNC Kitchen, and we will also be posting a lot of stuff regarding this draft and everything over on TikTok, Instagram. Just fuck with the KNC brand, just show some love. So with that being said, that's gonna do it from us over here at Kayfabe and Chill. Any last words, boys?
We're going up, 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 and yeet.
Fabi Apache, still don't know her stuff.
Disrespecting.
Matt, B2B, any last words from the corporation?
I'm full.